Here we go. Welcome to the Logic Sphere. I am your host, Ty City. And this is the place where crypto reality happens. What's up with y'all, man? Hit the like button on the way in, man. Gear Z was happening. Mike Jones was happening, man. What's good? What's good, CK? I'm gonna go ahead and get y'all started up in here, man. We get this thing kicking off tonight, man. Brolistic said, I've been telling y'all about XDC. You know what? You know what, Brolistic? Let me tell you something. Just pains me to say this. It just pains me to say this. XDC popped up on my radar. And when I did my research, I looked at it as a XRP competitor. Okay, that's what I thought it was. And by the time I got the full understanding, man, it went up to like 9 cents. It went up to like 9 cents. All right. Let me just get over here. I'm not going to have no music. We just going to get into it. Once again, y'all hit the like button. Okay. You guys hit the like button. Rich Goodwin says, I saw some sheep right behind me. Are they welcome? Yeah, the sheep are welcome here. The sheep are definitely welcome here at the Logic Sphere. Okay. I myself was a sheep. I drunk the Kool-Aid. Salute, there's still time to get in. Oh yeah, absolutely. The upside is still good, in my opinion. This is not financial advice. If you need financial advice, don't consult with a high school dropout on YouTube, okay? They're gonna laugh at you. They're going to laugh at you. They're gonna laugh at you. So, Carlton said, let's go, Bears, 20K, let's go. Man, listen, listen. It's obvious what's going on with the Bitcoin charts and whatnot. You got a lot of people that are optimistic. They want to get out there. They want to tell everybody, no, it's going down. The volume is not there. Okay. The dead cat bounce happened. Then it happened. Did it have? You only get a few chances to bounce off of that support before you fall through it. So, like I said, I'm looking for 25,000. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at 25,000. And I took a poll on the community tab. I wanted to see if I should clown Kwame and Hassan Camel or should I do another crypto stream. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ohim, man. I'm starting to look at things like that as a distraction. But man, I may come back and do a late night fuckery stream just in case, because it's just when they start throwing manhood and this is what it's like to be a man, you know what I'm saying? Men got to get involved and straighten that out. So that's probably what I'm going to do later on tonight. Sir Abadeo, what's happening, bro? Ryan said, I did some research on the digital currency group and man, they got their hand in. Man, listen, the digital currency group is nothing to play with. The digital currency group is nothing to play with. Everything they touched took off. They haven't taken an L. Okay. The same thing with the PayPal mafia. Most said, yeah, pallet business. I got to go handle pallet business. You know, you got men talking to men that they wouldn't accept an apology for. We're going to talk about all of that stuff probably tonight. But I got to get this out the way. You know, I got to do the crypto. I got it. I'm pretty much going to turn this whole channel into just straight crypto. It's probably what I'm going to do. I'm just do crypto and guns. That's probably what I do. Actually, I don't want the algorithm to hear that. Crypto and Second Amendment. All right. He said they got it sold up. Yeah. So yeah, definitely going to get into the Second Amendment streams. You know what I'm saying? Definitely going to keep doing crypto streams, and I just, you know, gotta keep our head on the swivel over here, right? Um, I do want to take this time out to say thank you guys for rocking with your boy, man. These crypto streams wasn't getting no love, no love. You know what I'm saying? Um, you guys support enough to where I come in here and I can do a crypto stream because it's fun. I'd rather nerd out on this stuff. Um, if y'all could, yes, hit the like button on the way in. Wait for some more people to get in here before we get it rocking. You know, before we get it rocking. If you have not, follow us on Instagram. I am going to start doing a lot more stuff on Instagram. And also, if you have not found us on Facebook, you can find the Logic Sphere on Facebook as well. All right. What I need you guys to do is share the content, move it across, take it away from YouTube, share it with your people. You know, share it with your people. Robert, what's happening, man? Mike Shimmery was good. So it's starting to look like a lot more of these Bitcoin maximalists starting to say, hey, you know, this room is getting smaller. Let me share the stream. Give me 1 second, fellas. Give me 1 second. I see what's crackling. Go here, go to my channel, share it. Now, the title of this stream is The Banks Have the Gun. Okay? The bank has the gun. Now, for me, this was an obvious no-brainer. It's something that I didn't even think I had to say or get into. I know a lot of people use that defense for fiat, and the principle is still going to apply with these CBDCs, all right? With these digital currencies that are going to be distributed by governments, the military backing doesn't go away because blockchain came in, and you know, and for the free market society, guys, I don't know. I mean, like, what is the plan, right? What is the plan? My personal opinion is they don't have to do anything, right? They just don't have to allow it on the permission public blockchains. They don't have to regulate what they don't want to deal with. They don't have to deal with nothing that they want. They don't have to even if they don't want to. If they don't want it, they just don't have to implement it. They don't have to accept it. All right. So people like, yo, what can they do? Well, they could just make that shit not acceptable anywhere, right? They could just say, oh, this is not compliant. This isn't going to work. This can't even go on this blockchain. Carlton said, why can't BTC be looked at like gold and call it a day, deal with it the same way? Well, Carlton, I'll tell you, I do believe Bitcoin will be looked at like gold. Okay. But it's going to stay that way. I'm going to get into uh, some things about that. Um, I believe they're going to put like a carbon tax on Bitcoin. They're going to put some kind of unethical tax on Bitcoin, right? Where it wouldn't be a viable solution. It'll be something like, why don't you just get dollars? Why don't you just get digital dollars instead? You know, it'll be cheaper, right? You won't be taxed every year for having digital dollars, right? Let me because we got some things to cover today. Once again, this is the Logic Sphere. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and share with your people. Now, where do we begin? Let's start with this. This is where I want to start. I want to start with this. All right. I want to start with this. Binance woes continues as Clear Junction pulls out. So I guess Clear Junction was an on ramp, a European on ramp for fiat into Binance. All right. So it says here, Clear Junction can confirm that it will no longer be facilitating payments related to Binance. Clear Junction said in a statement that was tweeted out by Adam Sampson of the Financial Times on Monday. The decision has been made following the FCA, okay, the Financial Conduct Authority, all right, the government, all right, the government. All right, the recent announcement that Binance is not permitted to undertake any regulatory activity in the UK. So they backing out slowly but surely out of the UK. Now the euro is gonna be out of the game when it comes to Binance. Okay, so there's that. And remember what I told y'all: Binance handles 40% of the entire crypto market. If you can't get fiat onto Binance, you won't get that bull run. You won't get that bull run. All right. If you're not able to on ramp fiat, you won't get the bull run. Okay. You damage 40% of the volume of crypto. You won't get that on ramp. You won't get that bull run. Robert said, look like Binance will be made an example of. This is government. This is government. Now, I missed this article, but I do want to bring it up. Russian lawmakers prepare legal amendment to confiscate crypto. All right. Russia's prosecutor general, I'm not even going to say that name, says new crypto regulations are indeed to combat corruption. In his view, digital assets are often used to facilitate crime. All right. This what's going on, man. This what's happening. Now, they know that fiat is used more than crypto for crime related activities. They don't care. Okay. Again, I want everybody to understand this perfectly clear. They know that fiat currency is used way more in criminal activities than cryptocurrency. This is how they bring regulation. All right. The problem is crime. The solution is total domination. Total control. That's what the answer is. You know, it's a lot of crime being done with crypto. It's only right that we have total dominance. Okay? And the sheep are going to be, yes, yes, please get rid of crime. Please lower the crime rates. Please make it harder for the criminals and us. But they don't say and us. They don't know. Please make it harder on us and the criminals. Please. Please make it harder for us. Now, it says the criminal usage of cryptocurrency poses a serious challenge to our country. Krasnov said. He claimed that Russia's adopted crypto law on digital financial assets, DFA, has played a crucial role in tackling this problem, but new criminal code amendments will bring additional protections. This would allow the application of restrictive measures and confiscation of virtual assets. Now, how serious are they going to get with confiscation? Right? Because how can they take your crypto without your keys? All right. Mr. G, what's happening? Professor Black Ops said paper money will be gone in 20 years. Electric payments are easier to trace. Professor Black Ops, I would say paper money will be gone in 10 years. I believe paper money will be gone in 10 years. See you. Because it's going to be, this is a paperless bank. This is a paperless company. They're going to get the tax breaks and all the rest of that shit. All the environmental pats on the head from the government. That's what they're going to do. And I'm finna bring that. I'm finna bring that to you. I gotta slow walk y'all into this. All right. So that's just what we have. All right. I don't know what they plan on doing or how they are going to go about this, but Russia plans on putting together an amendment to confiscate crypto. So, yeah. Yeah. That's some brave stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, other than that, the only other logical framework that I could put on this is that they're going to be able to have your crypto, all right, in the banks, in these. That's the only way they're going to so far as I know, without your private keys, nobody can confiscate your crypto. All right. Now, there was a situation with the pipeline. We don't know the full specifics, but the U.S. government is on record saying that they confiscated crypto that was paid to some hackers. All right. Now, I want to touch this real quick. Now, this came out today. And if you've been following the channel, you know that I am big on tokenizations. Like I know security tokens are the wave. This is why I was pushing for everybody to at least look into getting into um the INX security exchange, right? The tokenized security exchange. Now, I got an email pretty much saying that you'll be able to buy INX tokens again. Now, um, man, it was something else that I meant to bring up. I'm gonna try to find it later. But a group of the big dogs pretty much unveiled that they are about to launch another security token exchange. Now, tokenization is pretty much tokenizing assets, right? Um, NFTs and property and all the rest, stocks and all this stuff is going to be tokenized. That's just the wave. That's where we going with this. All right. Now, yeah, no keys, no cheese. There it is. Yeah, no private keys, no cheese. So Black Ops said that the with the pipeline, the government hacked the computer with the private keys. Said they had a weak password and protections for the ledger. Now, let me see. Let me get over here real quick because I want y'all to understand that this is what's happening. Okay, we have Ripple, all right, coming out with the tokenization plan today. Now they do this while they're in the midst of a lawsuit with the SEC. All right. Universal Black, I appreciate the 5 on it. He said, "Great stream. What are your thoughts on Waves, a cryptocurrency that is out of Russia as well?" Um, I'm not familiar with that, but I'll check on it. I appreciate the support. I will check on that. Now, yeah, Robert, that INX gonna be fired. They already had regulations like a year ago. They like the first exchange with all this compliance built into it. They ready to go. They got the big dogs behind them already. The INX is going to be a play. I can't wait. I loaded the boat on that. I'm glad a few other people did as well. So, um, yeah, you're gonna start seeing these regulated exchanges, right? And this is going to happen before the banks get involved, before everybody else get involved. You're going to be able to get into these exchanges, and in these exchanges you're going to see traditional stocks, and you're going to see all kind of other traditional trading markets you're going to be able to get into because they're going to be tokenized, all right? Fractionalized shares of stocks and whatnot. That's gonna be the wave. Now, I'm back over here because I want to show y'all this. I appreciate you passing that over to Umar. Universal. Appreciate that, bro. Give me 1 second. All right. All right, so here we go right here. It says Ripple Labs is entering the race for tokenization as the XRP ledger continues to broaden its utility despite the lingering lawsuit, right? For some reason, they're able to just keep going. For some reason, the SEC didn't freeze Ripple. they didn't freeze the assets. The feds didn't lock down Ripple while they figure out this case. All right. For some reason, all right, it says the blockchain company has taken steps this year to embark on the many use cases for its distributed ledger technology, including NFTs, all right, and the central bank digital currency, CBDCs. That's what we talked about. But see, BitBoy called the ledger a coin like an idiot. And don't get me started on that. Anyways, let's keep going. All right, it says asset tokenization is one of the most exciting use cases for blockchain and Ripple. It's for blockchain, and Ripple wants to make sure that XRP will surf that wave. All right. Tokenization is transforming how people buy, sell, and track and manage different assets. Everything from art to real estate to intellectual properties, equities, and supply chain goods. In fact, the World Economic Forum projects 10% of the world's GDP will be tokenized by 2027. Now, do you know what 10% of the world's gross domestic product is? Whoo, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Says Ashish Burla, general manager at RippleNet. All right. So I want y'all to understand, I'm finna put a connection on here that has been happening with Ripple, not Ripple, with the government for a while, okay? This is what y'all have to understand. None of this stuff is an accident. None of this stuff is an accident. None of this stuff is, none of this stuff is a coincidence. Yeah, Paul G. Safer exchanges to help us with our own financial endeavors, okay? They don't want us to get wrecked. They don't want us to get wrecked. Hey, they do not want us to get wrecked. Now, I'm about to make this connection, and I want y'all to understand, all right? Again, if you sell your XRP, you are an idiot. Okay, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. All right, that is my opinion. Professor Black Ops, I appreciate you passing that money over to Chief of Donation Collections, Umar Johnson. Thank you. He said, great info, bruh. Y'all understand, I've been nerding out on this stuff for years. Like, that's why I like to see all this stuff come out day by day. Like, it's like, oh, now they want to tell the sheep. You know, now they want to tell the sheep. Paul G said, what about XLM? No, absolutely. I'm not against XLM. I'm just saying, in this instance, while we talk about tokenization, I want y'all to focus on what's going on with XRP. They are in a lawsuit. Okay, they are in a lawsuit with the federal government, and they're still doing things. They have not frozen any assets of Ripple's. They haven't frozen Brad Garlinghaus's asset. They haven't frozen Ripple's allowed to keep going. Okay. You put your tinfoil fitter hat on, you can say that they're manipulating the price. You can say they're manipulating the price. Just a little bit. Now, I want y'all to understand this, because what I'm about to show y'all is my bad, y'all. Somebody send me $1 Cash App. Oh no, I'm tripping. Okay, now what I'm about to show y'all, okay? Y'all have to understand, this is not a conspiracy theory. This is not XRP maximalism. This is facts. All right. This is facts. Right? Now, also, if y'all have been following the channel, I know y'all are subscribed to the Security Tokens News Network for the STOs. All right. Y'all know I've been following tokenization for about a good year and a half. All right. We talked about Rich Goodson. I appreciate the $14.99. Thank you for passing that over to our good, trusted homie Umar. All right. Now, the first investment that I made was in tokenization actually netted me the most profit in this bull run. That is Polymath. I'm going to reload the boat on Polymath because they are a government compliant project. There's probably some OGs with tokenizations. Okay. I'll get into Polymath later, but tokenization, right? Ripple, XRP, they are making a move towards tokenization, right? Now, this is what I want you guys to understand. None of this stuff is new. All this CBDC talk, all of this regulation talk, you have to, this stuff has been going on for years. Okay. A lot of people in the XRP community, they know, right? From the faster payment task force that they put together, right? To the patents that Visa had trying to get government contracts with the stimulus check delivery setup that we uncover here on the channel. None of this stuff is a coincidence. Okay. We are watching the unveiling. Now, what we have here is Ripple going into tokenization. All right. Now, this is what we have straight off the Congress website. This is HR 2144. All right. This is the Token Taxonomy Act. Okay. Token Taxonomy Act of 2019. Let me blow this up so y'all can see this. This is not a conspiracy theory. All right. I appreciate the support. As long as y'all support, I'll do these streams. I'll pull a Kevin Samuels on y'all niggas, switch up the content. It'll be a whole shout out to Platinum. It'll be a dating show. Y'all niggas are tuning into a dating show. You know what I'm saying? Support your interests, nigga. All right. Now, can y'all see that? Is that big enough? Let's see if I can make it even bigger so y'all, because I want y'all to be able to read it. This is the Token Taxonomy Act of 2019. All right. Now, they go through all of this stuff. They define the definition of a digital token. Okay. All of this stuff is laid out. All of it. All of it. Don't let these, when they come out and they say stuff like, we've been considering, this is something that we're talking about. Understand that they've been having, this is from 2019. Okay. This was 3 years ago they was doing this. They know exactly what this technology is. They are defining it already in the first sections of this HR bill. All right. They have very clear definitions of this. This is one of the things that you can look at and understand that the lawsuit with Ripple is goofy. right? It's goofy, right? So they're trying to define what XRP is. They know what digital tokens are. They have a definition for for digital tokens. They have all all of this stuff is laid out. Okay. Do you see this? Certain exchanges of virtual currency treated as non-taxable exchanges. They have this stuff laid out. This is directly from the Congress website. All right. This is not a conspiracy theory. Gain from sale of exchange of virtual currency. Okay. Now, that's 2019. This is the Token Taxonomy Act of 2021. All right. Just so y'all know, we're not bullshitting. They did not stop working on this. All right. It's not going away. This is the Token Taxonomy Act. It was brought in March 8th, 2021 of this year. All right. Now, they got all the definitions that they have laid out. These are the legal terms that they are citing all throughout here. So understand, Ripple taking the tokenomics, the tokenization route. It is already laid out. All right. Ripple is taking the route that the government has already laid out. All right. They're going that way. All right, we'll meet you in the middle. What do you want to do? The Token Taxonomy Act. Oh, y'all thought y'all was just gonna do crypto without taxes being involved. All right. Okay. Fair enough. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Now, like I said, it's not a conspiracy theory. What you just said was directly from congress.gov. All right. He said, I skipped one of my Yugo payments to buy crypto. Hope he bought something good. Hope he bought something good. Now, I want to bring this up because this is what we are going to break down here. So I wanted to show y'all that about Ripple, what's going on with Ripple. Now, I want to break this video right here down. Fair use. Fair use. Fair use. What's that? He said, I'll go, you go. He said, I hadn't heard about this. That's interesting. Yeah, that Token Taxonomy Act, right? Everybody thought that was Paul G. I appreciate the donation, man. Thank you for passing that over to Umar. The Taxonomy Act, I mean the Token Taxonomy Act, people were trying to tie it into climate control or some shit. Climate change, my bad, climate control, climate change. And I knew exactly what time it was when I read it. I was like, nope. Nope, because like I said, at when 2019 rolled over and the Token Taxonomy Act was released, that first one, that's when I was looking at polymath. That's the reason why I got into polymath, because I know that the government is going to be in control of that, right? So Rob Victor said, between Token Taxonomy and ISO20022, the financial is pretty much set up. Exactly. What we're looking at is the rollout. You have to understand, this is not new to these people. These aren't new concepts, right? They make it seem like, oh, at this G20 summit, everybody's talking about CBDCs. No, they have been talking about CBDCs behind the scenes for a while. All right. They have to bring this out in a way where it doesn't look like, hey, we set this up the whole time. Now, I hate to say it like this, the perfect catalyst for all this to happen is some type of catastrophic event. That's what I'm banking on. That's what I want everybody to get ready for. This is what you need to understand. All right. When I played Ian Pena, what he said was, listen, peep the wordplay. He said every bull cycle like this, he didn't say it needs a reason to correct. He said it needs an excuse to correct. He said it needs an excuse. All right. Carlton said Wells Fargo set it off. Now, if you are a Bitcoin maximalist, cover your ears. We about to go in. Now, who you see on the screen is a guy by the name of Jim Rogers. Jim Rogers is a capital investor. Now, we're going to peep what he had to say over here at CoinDesk, right? Fair use, fair use, fair use. Now, look at his face. He already ain't going.
Co-founder of Quantum Fund, along with his partner, George Soros. Welcome to the show, Jim. And so...
Wait. I want y'all to understand who his partner is. Let's go.
The Crypto Markets Update is presented by... All right, time for a live look at Bitcoin. The CoinDesk Bitcoin price, XVX Index, CoinDesk ETH.
Looking at that.
To discuss the crypto markets is Jim Rogers, famed commodities investor, author, and co-founder of Quantum Fund, along with his partner, George Soros.
Along with his partner. Along with his partner. Let me see.
This is Jim Rogers, famed commodities investor, author, and co-founder of Quantum Fund, along with his partner, George Soros.
And his friend George Soros. Yo, if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share this with your favorite Bitcoin maximalist. All right? Share this with your favorite Ethereum maximalist. All right? George Soros. Him and his friend, all the money. The quarterback for Team Undefeated. Number 7, George Soros. The Michael Jordan of investing. Oh, I got a little friend you might have heard of him. Guy by the name of George Soros. Girl, he friends with George Soros. You lying. Black Lives Matter, George Soros. He got money. He got money. Anyways, let's go. Yeah, hey. All right, now, enough playing around. All right. Yeah, it's the crabs in the world mentality. It's the crabs in the world mentality. Yo, people trying to leave Earth. Yo, people trying to leave Earth. That George Soros? Yes, girl, that George Soros. Let me stop saying that before the algorithm. I'm just playing, George. Hey, look, George, I'm just playing, George. Chill, George. Can't you take a joke? Jeez. Can't you take a joke? Anyways. Almighty Rome. Yeah, George Soros is invited to the cookout, man. Y'all already know what time it is. Y'all know exactly what time it is. Antifa's George Soros? Yes, girl, Antifa George Soros. Anyway, let me go, man. Y'all. I gotta save my clowning for Kwame Brown and her son Campbell tonight, man. Let's go.
Welcome to the show, Jim. And so, all right, the SEC says Bitcoin is a commodity.
The SEC said Bitcoin is a commodity, which I believe it is too. I think that if it is a commodity, they get to control it. So, I mean, it is what it is. Commodities are traded on regulated markets.
You are an expert in commodities, so I wonder if you agree, and if so, how does it move compared to other commodities out there?
Well, if you mean a commodity in a sense that everything is a commodity, you're right. But it's in the sense of normally used by commodities, things that grow or that you can, metals or energy or something. I don't think many people would call it a commodity yet. It may become a commodity, no. But it certainly moves much more dramatically and much more excitingly than cotton or some of the other commodities that are out there. Sure, of course, some days...
Yo, chill, fam. Why cotton, fam? Come on, dog. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. Yo, there's a lot of other commodities, fam. Come on, dog. You know? Does George know you over here talking like this? Let's go.
Lumber skyrockets and some days collapses. But the cryptocurrencies seem to be have been anyway, much more exciting as trading vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
Fair use.
Hey,
now,
Jim, good to see you.
You said that you regret not buying Bitcoin, and yet you're warning governments may outlaw cryptocurrencies.
Uh-oh. He's warning what? Uh-oh. Jim finna go in.
And yet you're warning governments may outlaw cryptocurrencies. You know, shots have been fired like this by many investing giants, most recently Ray Dalio, who told CoinDesk earlier this year that Bitcoin's greatest risk is its success.
Mm. Here we go. Here we go. We're gonna have two economies. So you free market economy guys are gonna be so successful alongside the team that's been undefeated for the last 150 years.
That governments can ban it if it became too successful. But we're seeing that play out right now. You know, China has been banning Bitcoin every year. It hasn't gone away. And El Salvador is adopting Bitcoin as legal tender. So outlawing Bitcoin.
A lot of El Salvador talk has been going on, man. A lot of El Salvador talk, man.
Has, you know, been seen as kind of like outlawing the internet. You can try, but it's a game of whack-a-mole.
A game of whack-a-mole. Pretty much said you can try to stop Bitcoin, but you can't. It's going to become a game of whack-a-mole. And you just want to reach in the screen and say, lady, by whack-a-mole, do you mean World War I and II? Is that whack-a-mole? Is the what is it? Operation Iraqi Freedom? Is that whack-a-mole, lady? It's like you think that's whack-a-mole? All right. Okay. Fuck it. You know. Fuck it. Whack-a-mole. It's just a game of whack-a-mole. That's what it's gonna be. Damn.
When I said I regret I hadn't bought it, listen, anything that goes from $1 to $60,000, I don't care what it's called. I wish I'd bought it.
I don't give a shit. If it could be anything. If it went from $1 to 60 bands, I would have got into it. Pretty much, I yo, this is he's saying this in a real cunning way, but you got to understand that these guys are called sharks for a reason. All right, Shark Tank, right? They call them whales. They call these guys, but he really means it. I don't give a shit. These group of guys are savage when it comes to money. They are ruthless. All right. I don't give a fuck. If it go from this to that, I need in. I want in. Right? Did you hear him say, I care about the freedom of individuals? I care about the revolution of being financially independent away from governments. No, he said, I don't give a shit. If it go from a penny to 60,000, I need it. Did you hear him say anything about decentralization and all the rest of it? You know what I'm saying? All these other pros. No, he didn't. He said the price is why I would have bought in. All right. That's how savage you got to be yourself. This is why I'm telling y'all, when you jump in the crypto market, you have guys like this who will take your head off. These guys have enough money to move the market, to get you very emotional, to jump in, and then they just sell out on your motherfucking ass. Right? Because to you, this was some financial instrument that is freeing humanity. But for him, it's profit. You know? Let's go. Fair use. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. All y'all Negroes should have hit the like button already. I hate sounding like a YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? I hate that. But I know y'all gonna hit the like button for your boy. So I'm gonna give y'all a couple seconds. Because Jim is about to drop gems. Bars.
Are you kidding? Anything. That's
seen as kind of like outlawing.
I hadn't bought it. Listen.
Bitcoin has, been seen as kind of like outlawing the internet. You can try, but it's a game of whack-a-mole.
Lady, will you knock it off with this whack-a-mole talk? You know what I'm saying? You ever seen a whole village get leveled? Huh? What do you mean whack-a-mole? You mean whack a country? Yo, is that what you mean? You mean whack foreign leaders? All right. You think it's whack-a-mole? Whatever.
When I said I regret I hadn't bought it, listen, anything that goes from $1 to $60,000, I don't care what it's called, I wish I'd bought it. Are you kidding? Anything. That's what I meant when I said I wish I'd bought it.
Anything. You know what? I'm going to bring this up because I got to. This is a perfect time. I remember there was a talking point that started to bubble up in this space. And it was guys talking about hustlers and hustling. It's like, oh, don't knock that man's hustle. Or they was just, I don't know, they was trying to put a stain on hustlers, people who hustle. They say, oh, this is a hustle. They hustle. What's up, Teddy? Hustle. It don't get no more hustle than Jim right here, right? He literally said, I don't care what it is. All right? I don't care. Anything. It could have been anything. I didn't miss out on Bitcoin. I missed out on the profit. You see what I'm saying? That's different. But y'all remember that. It was like, what is a business and what is a hustle? I remember that. Motherfuckers in this space said, what is a business? What is a hustle? It's like, they both make profit. But these guys, they don't operate with high morality rates. You know what I'm saying? These dudes don't they don't care. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? They will take your money. They will take my money. If you don't think like them and you jump in this market, you are going to get wrecked. All right? Wrecked. Okay, this isn't a lot of people call this some kind of roller coaster ride. When you're in crypto, you go with the ups and the downs, you know what I'm saying? No, this is like a roller coaster ride, but a lot of people fall off. That's what they don't tell you. You see the memes of the crypto investors on the roller coaster ride going the ups and downs. The reality is a lot of people get thrown off of the ride, okay? Never to be seen again. That's what's going on. This is who you are playing with. All right? When you jump in these markets, this is who you are playing with. They have lots of patience and they have lots of discipline. Tons of discipline. Right? A lot of these guys get a bad rep because they didn't get into Bitcoin. But here's what even most of these crypto guys who laugh and say, remember he didn't get into Bitcoin? He said he didn't want Bitcoin. He did. These guys had enough discipline to say, I'm not getting in. And they didn't get in. All right. They had enough discipline to say, that's not what I'm into. I'm not touching it. And they don't touch it. They don't get emotional, jump in at the top, and cry all the way down to the bottom. In fact, a lot of these guys, they didn't get back in or they didn't jump in until Bitcoin got to like 30 grand. And then they can say, okay, this is a real financial instrument. They don't play the, I want to catch the bottom, I want to catch the top. No, they jump, they say, no. Is this stable yet? Because that's what we want to do. We want to take the stable route. Okay. All right. Is something real? Can we crash it? Can we crash it and get a better price? Who do we have to call to wreck the market so we can get in? Because now we see it as legitimate. You know, CNBC does not cause these guys to FOMO in. All right. Elon Musk does not cause these guys to FOMO in. These are very disciplined investors.
Maybe I would have made a little money or not. And I'm delighted El Salvador is doing this, but if you're hanging your hat on El Salvador, with all due respect, it's a nice place to go and visit, but it's a country of 6 million people with not much stability.
This is no feelings involved. It's just straight facts. All right. This is straight facts. What up, Teggy? Okay. This is straight facts. Almighty Rome said, I feel bad for the sheep that bought ICP at all-time highs. I ain't gonna say no names. Bro, what was it? Bro Truth. Bro Truth, I know you've been in the clouds ever since you recommended ICP to everybody. We need you in attendance, Bro Truth. Bro Truth was swooping down about the ICP, man. I gotta give him hell for that. If y'all see Bro Truth, man, let him know, man. Hey, Ty City looking for you. You know? It's the world's computer. hey, if y'all see Bro Truth, man, tell him Ty City looking for him, man. I want to talk about ICP, you know? Anyway, let's get back to Jim Rogers real quick. Because these guys know. These guys know.
Not a lot of smart leadership. So I would hope that somebody would find it's a country of 6 million people with not much stability and not a lot of smart leadership. So I would hope that somebody would find a better place than El Salvador.
Jim Rogers don't give a fuck about nobody's feelings, man. He's really for himself, man. He really don't care about other people's feelings. He don't care about other people's feelings, man. He really don't. He don't care about other people's feelings, man. Let me get over here real quick. Yeah, that's better right there. Mr. G, what's happening? You was real big. You got beef with Jim Rogers, huh, Mr. G? You was talking to all that El Salvador. Talking to all that El Salvador. Now you gonna pull up on Jim Rogers, huh? Now Mr. G finna pull up on Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers, Mr. Rogers. Now y'all pull up on Mr. Rogers. Now y'all pulling up on Mr. Rogers. Let's continue.
To use. I mean, China, as you point out, China's essentially banning Bitcoin. Between China and El Salvador, China is much more important.
You think him and George Soros be sitting around having these talks about El Salvador? Yeah, Jim, an old hustler, man. Yeah, hey, Mr. G, don't run up on Mr. Rogers. You know what I'm saying? Pull up in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. You know, you know how I know he ain't regular. He got the microphone cord twisted up. It's not even bothering him. He don't even care about stuff like that. Like me, I couldn't do it. That would irk my nerves. You know. Mr. G said it's our time now. Yeah. The free market society, guys, right? It's y'all's time, right? Cause whack-a-mole. Cause whack-a-mole. Paul G, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate the support. I don't know why that one came through late. So yeah, man, Jim ain't playing no game. Listen, man, Jim already know the plan. You know, hello, hey, George, what's happening, man? What do I need to get? George on the phone, man. Don't even fuck with that bullshit ass Bitcoin, man. Get this. This is what everybody gonna use. Okay, stop playing it. Stop playing games. We can buy it over the counter so you don't move the market. All right. Yeah, Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers. Yo, hey, listen, hey, George, man, what do you know about this Bitcoin? Shout out to Dory, man. I appreciate it. He said Mr. Rogers look like he goes to poor countries to adopt poor kids, speed off on them after the paperwork is done. Hey, George, hey, what's going on with this Bitcoin stuff, man? They saying that they're gonna have some kind of like secondary alternative economy. They're gonna have an alternative economy to central banks. That's what they're gonna laugh together. Hey, that's what George Soros and Mr. Rogers gonna go. That's what they're gonna laugh. Right, Bitcoin. That's what's gonna happen. Yeah. Jim Rogers, you know what I'm saying? Hey, George, man, what do you know about this Bitcoin, man? These guys, are they going to take over with this Bitcoin? Look at that awkward silence. Look at that awkward silence. Watch this.
More important.
Jim, great seeing you again. What happened? How did you finally go, you know what, all right, fine, I'll look at Bitcoin. It's at least of interest. I mean, are you putting any money in it now, or are you just still on the sidelines here?
No, I have never bought nor sold any cryptocurrency, neither long nor short. I have been observing for a long time, since early years. But no, again, you had an earlier guest who was talking about the value.
Fair use. What you are looking at is a master investor. This is what you call extreme discipline. All right. There are certain things that have to be checked off before these guys jump in. And I have reason to believe that, man, they not dumb. They know. They at the top. They know.
Of interest. I mean, are you putting any money in it now, or are you just still on the sidelines here?
No, I have never bought nor sold any crypto.
Teddy, I appreciate the support, man. Thank you for passing that over to Umar, dog. He said, keep spitting that logic. So many people going to get wrecked. And yes. Look at Mr. G. Mr. G said Jim is cap. Hey, he said Mr. G cap. So you said Mr. G over there. You, Mr. G, you saying that Mr. Rogers bought the top. That what you saying? He said Jim is cap. Man, listen. I don't think Jim bought the top. Now, I do believe he bought some crypto, but I don't know if he bought Bitcoin. I'll say that. He might be cap on that, but I don't think that he I don't think he FOMO'd into Bitcoin.
Cryptocurrency, neither long nor short. I have been observing for a long time, since the early years. But no, again, you had an earlier guest who was talking about the value. I still haven't seen any value here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now, come on, man. Y'all got to give it to your boy, dog. Nobody knows what the price of Bitcoin is, okay? This is what I've been trying to tell y'all. This is why the market moves so radically, because nobody knows the true value of Bitcoin, all right? Nobody knows the truth. Anybody says that, yo, Bitcoin is worth this or worth that, under what circumstances and why? They don't know. Jim ain't going. All right. Choo say he probably bought Dogecoin because the dog was cute, man. Stop playing, man. He said Jim bought Bitcoin in 2012, observing for a long time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Mr. G. Hey, man. hey. I don't think Mr. G the type to get wrecked like that, man. Y'all crazy, man. But we got to get back to Mr. Rogers over here, man, because y'all trying to build a free market society off of, man.
Since the early years. But no, again, you had an earlier guest who was talking about the value. I still haven't seen any value here. He was talking about currencies, fiat currencies. I mean, fiat currencies have no value either, except somebody says they have value. The difference is, of course, that fiat currencies are backed by governments.
Damn, son. Damn, son. Mr. Rogers rolling with the tanks. All right. Mr. Rogers is Master P on the tank. All right. Mr. Rogers, Master P on the tank, man. He rocking with the government for sure. Jim said, hey, Mr. Rogers said, look, fiat is at least backed by governments. Now watch this. Now this is what made me want to do the stream, because the next statement is just golden.
Currencies have no value either, except somebody says they have value. The difference is, of course, that fiat currencies are backed by governments all over the world. That gives it value, whether we like it or not.
Whether we like it or not. Damn. No matter how you feel about it, whether you like it or not, The sheep respect government. The sheep respect central banks. The sheep respect authority. Listen, Mr. Rogers don't want you to get emotional and make investments based off emotional. He said, whether you like it or not, okay? Don't let your hatred for fiat get you wrecked. All right? Do you think Mr. Rogers is unaware of the hyperinflation, fraction reserve banking, and so on, the interest rates, quantitative easing, all that? And he still says, listen, hey, the only thing that gives it value is that somebody said so. And right now, 98% of the world's population says that that is money. All right? It doesn't matter how you feel. I know you read The Monster on Jekyll Island. You're very enlightened, but that does not change the fact that the sheep are the sheep. We still dealing with the sheep. Mr. Rogers has said, I'm not joining your free market society. You got me fucked up. Ain't no way I'm gonna be a financial rebel with you guys. That's what Mr. Rogers is saying. That suicide mission is for you. Okay? That is for you. All right? Hey.
I don't know who gives cryptocurrencies value except some players on the internet. It gives it value whether we like it or not. I don't know who gives cryptocurrencies value except some players on the internet.
Damn. Uh-oh. Mr. G. Mr. Rogers said, look, man, it's just some guys on the internet in a small, incompetent country with poor leaders. That's what he said. With poor leadership. That's what he said. Mr. G, we at? Y'all see y'all hide, man. Yeah, Mr. Rogers disrespectful. Mr. Rogers know y'all got y'all life savings wrapped up at an 80% loss rate. Mr. Rogers said, and what are these people on the internet going to do against our army? Damn. I would be offended if I was interviewing him, because it's like, hey, wait a minute, we on the internet. Wait, we believe in it. Hey, you talking about us, Mr. Rogers? Mr. Rogers cold, man. Mr. Rogers cold. The only people who's giving it value, dweebs like you on the internet.
Gives cryptocurrencies value except some players on the internet.
But do you see that the scarcity argument made about Bitcoin, that there are only 21 million that will ever be minted, as far as, for now at least, that argument.
Yo, hey, look at Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers like, I get it. It's only 21 million. So that's the demand, right? If you just keep saying 21 million, the scarcity of it is going to override the actual use case.
Ever be minted, as far as, for now at least. that
Mr. Rogers, man, chill out, man.
That argument for any kind of commodity where there's scarcity, be it gold or any hard commodity, and given the Fed and the federal
fair use, fair use, fair use. Now, remember what I said about gold. Gold prices should be through the roof right now, right? Gold prices are supposed to be dictated by hyperinflation and the failure of fiat currency. Now, we know what the global debt, not the global, the national debt is. We know what the inflation is. Why didn't gold skyrocket? All right. Now, gold is scarce. Why didn't gold skyrocket? That's what I want to know. Hey, look, he don't, man, don't insult me with this 21 million supplies. Don't insult me with that.
government's expansion policies. Do you see that as potentially continuously adding bullish momentum to any of those hard commodities and Bitcoin?
Well, supply and demand are obviously important for everything we do in life. And yes, I mean, there is a scarcity of Bitcoin, but unless there's somebody going to buy it, Lawrence, what difference does it make? I mean,
Damn. Damn, son. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's the price of Bitcoin if it's no liquidity going through it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look at Mr. G. He hot now. He got the paragraph going. Mr. G coming through with the paragraphs, man. Look, Mr. G, I know you hot. I know Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers on fire. I know Mr. Rogers on fire right now. But you got Mr. G in the chat. Listen, Mr. G, it don't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter how you feel, Mr. G. All right? If there's no liquidity in Bitcoin, it doesn't matter what the supply is. Uh-oh. Mr. Rogers ain't hearing that shit. He like, yeah.
there is a scarcity of Bitcoin, but unless there's somebody going to buy it, Lawrence, what difference does it make? I mean, who cares? And we'll see. If the government somehow or another say, guys, you cannot use Bitcoin, I suspect most people will not use it.
Uh-oh. No, no. Oh, no. Yikes. Hey, listen. Hey, it's not me no more. It's Mr. Rogers now. It's Mr. Rogers saying this. This Mr. Rogers. Won't you be my neighbor? That's Mr. Rogers saying this now. The sheep. It's the sheep. It's the sheep. That's what I'm telling y'all. Mr. Rogers knows not to bet against the sheep. Mr. Rogers knows not to bet against the sheep. Damn.
Others say, guys, you cannot use Bitcoin.
Hold on.
What difference does it make? I mean, who cares? And we'll see. If the government somehow or another say, guys, you cannot use Bitcoin, I suspect most people will not use it.
Yes, that is absolutely correct, Mr. Rogers. Ding, ding, ding. That is absolutely correct, Mr. Rogers. When he says the sheep won't use it, yes. When he says you guys can't use it, no, he meant to say you sheep. If the government says you sheep can't use it. Damn. Hey, George. What are the chances of Bitcoin being able to sustain some kind of free market society. They're gonna start laughing together. Him and George Soros, they're gonna start laughing together. Hey, what are the chances of Bitcoin starting some kind of financial revolution that's going to be opposed to central banks and governments? Zero. Mr. Rogers knows. Don't bet against the sheep. This is the Logic Sphere. I am your host, Ty City. If you could, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share it with your favorite Bitcoin maximalists. All right? Share it with your favorite Bitcoin maximalists. All right? So when they start rolling out the mining taxes and shit, when they start coming down on BTC, they know who told them. They know who told them. Yeah, the sheep emojis. They know. Do not bet against the sheep. You're gonna get wrecked. You're gonna get wrecked. Real shit. Like I said, I would definitely, I would buy back into Bitcoin, but Bitcoin would have to go way down. I'm talking about 3,500 before I get back before I get into Bitcoin. 3,500. That's how low it have to go. Mr. Rogers ain't playing, man.
Now, I certainly won't if it's against the law. I'm not suggesting it is against the law. No. A lot of my friends are have made a lot of money in it.
A lot of his friends have made a lot of money in it. Peep what he said.
It's against the law. I'm not suggesting people will not use it. Now, I certainly won't if it's against the law.
He said even I won't use it if it's against the law.
I'm not suggesting it is against the law. No. A lot of my friends are have made a lot of money in it. But if, the crypto guys say this is going to be currency and we're going to replace currencies. Let's say they're successful.
Mr. Rogers finna give y'all a scenario. Don't blame me. Do not. Hey, listen. This is not my fault. Okay? This is not my fault. Mr. Rogers lays out a scenario in which the free market society succeeds. All right?
Lawrence, my view is if they're successful, governments are going to say, no, you're not.
Damn.
Lawrence, my view is if they're successful, governments are going to say, no, you're not. Governments don't like to lose their monopoly. Governments don't like to lose their control.
Mr. Rogers, Mr. Rogers is not playing. Like Mr. Rogers is trying to tell Mr. Rogers is trying to tell Mr. G, look, if you are successful with your free market society, and the governments disagree, you may have a problem.
The US dollar is going to be on the phone soon. All governments are working on it right now.
Peep what he just said.
US dollar is going to be on is if they're successful, governments are going to say, no, you're not. Governments don't like to lose their monopoly. The governments don't like to lose their control. The US dollar is going to be on the phone.
The US dollar is going to be on the phone soon. George must have told him. George told him, look, man, just wait for the dollar to get on the phone. Old people talk. Let's go.
Soon. All governments are working on it right now. And I cannot imagine that if the US dollar says, okay, here's the US dollar now, this is where it is. But if you want to use that currency over there, you can use it. That's not what history shows that governments do. Well,
that's not the way that history has shown what governments do. Damn. World War I, World War II, the Iraqi freedom, Muammar Gaddafi, and so on and so on. That's what history said. All right. Joe Biden recently said something, and it was referring to gun control. And they was talking about semi-automatics. And he said, if you want to go against the government, you need F-16s. I'm just telling you what the president said. That's what the president said. All right. That's what the president said. Okay. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at Mr. Rogers. You know, he's an old man. He's seen this play out longer than I have. This is a joke to him. Look at him.
This is where it is. But if you want to use that currency over there,
that currency over, look how he laughs. Like, that currency over there.
But if you want to use that currency over there, you can use it. That's not what history shows that governments do. Well, El Salvador, yes. But China, US, others, I doubt it.
Mr. G, where you at, boy? Damn. America doesn't spend trillions on the military for nothing, exactly. Will the digital dollar be open source and a cap supply? Hell no. He hit the nail on the head. The governments want full control. I played y'all the head of the Bank of International Settlement, the central bank of the central banks, Augustine. Augustine said, total control. That's what Augustine said. The guy that's on top of the bank of all banks said, total control, complete and total control. That's what he said. All right. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at Mr. Rogers. All right. Y'all just make sure y'all, make sure the ducks lined up. Let's go.
US, others, I doubt it.
Well, the thinking is that El Salvador is the seed that will eventually grow.
yo, man, listen.
That Bitcoin is for the unbanked, and that this will be a domino effect of sorts, a ripple effect around the world for countries that feel, or countrymen who feel disenfranchised.
Fair use, fair use, fair use. She coming with this humanitarian, the unbanked. This is supposed to help. This is the seed. El Salvador is the seed that's going to help humanity escape from the banks.
franchised by their governments and central banks. And
yeah, they're disenfranchised by their governments and their banks. This dude is partners with George Soros. Like, he's sitting there like, oh my aching, bleeding fucking heart. Oh my aching fucking heart. That's what Mr. Rogers sitting there like. Oh my aching heart. Mm. People who are disenfranchised by their governments
or countrymen who feel disenfranchised by their governments and central banks, and their currencies are worth nothing.
Right. And the people who are disenfranchised by the central banks. Mm.
Christine, hooray, let's hope it happens.
Hooray, let's hope it happens. Hey, Mr. Rogers cold, man. Hooray.
Christine, hooray, let's hope it happens, because then you'll have a long, long program.
Hooray. Can you imagine an old man just saying hooray? Just hooray. Let's hope it happens. It's like, wait, yeah, Jeremiah, my achy breaky heart. Oh, you're killing me with this fucking countryman disenfranchised by their central bank. Mr. Rogers is going to clean up during whatever situation that's about to happen, true self. You already know. They just wait on crisis to happen. They just buy everything up for the cheap, you know? Mr. G said Paraguay just passed their Bitcoin bill today. I never seen the Paraguay army. That's all I'm saying. I haven't seen El Salvador's army. That's all I'm saying. Yay. Yo, your boy said, hooray. Hooray. Let's hope it happens.
It happens, because then you'll have a long...
And their currencies are worth nothing.
Christine, hooray, let's hope it happens, because then you'll have a long, long program. You'll have job security if that happens. We will all be watching CoinDesk the rest of our lives.
He said it's job security. Mass adoption is let's hope it happens that way so you guys can have a job. Mr. Rogers on some shit, man. Mr. Rogers said, let's hope that happens so you can have a job. We all will be watching CoinDesk. Oh my God, man. This is, yo, Mr. Rogers, look at, he having a good time talking to these people, man. Watch this.
We'll see. My reading of history is that's unlikely.
What do you mean your reading of history? Uh-oh. What do you mean your reading of history? 250 years undefeated. The undefeated world champions of money, of wealth. The undefeated. Huh? What are the central banks? Okay, let's say 100 years. 150 years. I gotta do my research on there. I know they've been undefeated for a long time. They've been undefeated for a long time. And now Mr. G, Bit Boy, and all these YouTube crypto ambassadors, they're gonna They're gonna take out the central banks. Lauro said El Salvador already doing a backpedal like Deion Sanders. Yes, because the International Monetary Fund put out a report saying that, hey, y'all are about to clog the Bitcoin network. Hey, that's what they said, man. Listen, that's what they said. Y'all about to clog the Bitcoin network. Yeah, Saddam, Gaddafi, JFK. Yeah, that's what history has shown Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers is not going against the sheep. All right.
And certainly my reading of history is that El Salvador has rarely, if ever, been a trendsetter.
Damn, Mr. Rogers cold as hell. Hey, Mr. Rogers said, "Listen, I've been on Earth for a long time. I've been on this here Earth for a long time, and believe me, you brother, El Salvador has never been a leader." Oh my goodness. Hey, listen, that what Mr. Rogers said, man, not me. Mr. Rogers ain't playing no games. Look how he laughing. He say, listen, in all my days of living, El Salvador? El Salvador? You talking about El Salvador under Mexico? They're gonna set the trend for the rest of the world, monetary wise. This is a joke to Mr. Rogers, man. Mr. Rogers. This is a joke to Mr. Rogers. Look at him laughing. He said, look, man, hey, listen. If you want to believe El Salvador is going to lead the way for China and Russia and America and Europe, go ahead. Look at Mr. G. Hey, Mr. Rogers, like, you remember a country named Cuba that wasn't allowed to trade with most major nations? They got stuck in the 1920s. You remember that? Remember when that happened? No. Remember when Cuba got stuck in the 50s? They had to drive all them old ass cars and shit because nobody was importing or trading with them. History has shown.
And certainly my reading of history is that El Salvador has rarely, if ever, been a trendsetter.
He said rarely, if ever. He didn't want to say never.
That the world followed. But it's a great country. You should go and visit. It's a wonderful, wonderful country.
Theme music.
Yeah. Going back to the government ban question, I mean, do you really think it's realistic that the United States would actually try to prevent people from buying or selling Bitcoin? I mean, you know, the United States and China are obviously very different, and in the U.S. you have these really big institutions.
You hear that music he got playing? That's his bank account going off. All the fucking trumpets and shit. Hey, that's Mr. Rogers. That's a money phone. That's a money call coming through. You know? Yeah, good food. No way, no. Another billion on the line. Let me answer this real quick. Excuse me. Let me answer this real quick.
Companies putting Bitcoin on their portfolios. I mean, do you really think that's a realistic prediction for the United States?
different questions. What I said was, if it becomes successful as a currency, I doubt if the U.S. governments are going to say, okay, you can compete with our currency and use it instead of ours. That's an entirely different thing from being a trading vehicle. If it's a trading vehicle, it doesn't. Who cares? By all means, anybody can have anything they want to trade. You know, people used to trade eggs. Nobody objected if people traded eggs. They did have a use. No, Christine, I am not suggesting that the government has a reason, except for the fact that it might become a competitor, and then the government is going to act. That's the way these guys in Washington and Rome and London think.
You know, Mr. Rogers knows, all right? Mr. Rogers knows. Mr. Rogers knows. And that's why, this is what I'm saying. Like, okay, it's, yeah, Acorn, Jeremiah. It's a commodity, all right? It's a commodity. Now, El Salvador goes and makes it legal tender. And this other country goes and makes it a legal tender. Now, the big governments have a problem that they are not going to work out by talking. All right? They're not going to come to an agreement of, yes, you can use something outside of our central banks. All right? Look at Mr. G. Mr. G said, how will the governments react? Mr. G about to tell you. Mr. G is about to tell you.
Washington and Rome and London think. I don't particularly like the fact that we cannot have competing currencies, but they have the guns.
That answer your question, Mr. G? Hey, Mr. G. Mr. G, did that answer your question? He said, how will the governments react? Did that answer your question, Mr. G? Huh? Hey, they have the guns. Now, I haven't seen El Salvador's guns. I haven't seen Ecuador's guns. You know, maybe they got some guns that they, you know, maybe they, you know, shout out Mike V. He said Jim Rogers ain't never wrong. Hey, listen, man. Hey, yeah, Ryan, simple, easy. Ever heard of a nuke? Ever heard of HARP? Ever heard of surprise earthquakes that don't run along faults? Ever heard of natural disasters? Naturally unnatural natural disasters? Have you ever? Huh? Okay. All right. How will they react? Even Mr. Rogers was like, look, Mr. Rogers said, now think about this. Mr. Rogers said, I would like to have competing currencies. But remember what he said. Whether you like it or not, okay? Whether you like it or not. That's what he said earlier on about Bitcoin, all right? Whether you like it or not, whether you like fiat or not, it's worth something. That's what he said. Now, he said it's worth something because somebody said it is worth something, okay? He said, listen, Even I wish we had competing currencies, but look, that's not how this works.
I have competing currencies, but they have the guns. I don't have any guns. And if they say it's against the law, I doubt if I'm going to use it.
Straight like that. Straight like that. Any questions? Any questions? Hey, I like having money that I can use, okay? Listen, if you want to go hide under a rock with your privacy coins, go ahead. Go ahead, all right? Go ahead and march on out there, soldier. Go right along, go ahead. Me, I like to spend my money. Mike V said we got competing currencies. Super chats and super stickies. Yeah, super sticky. Hey, listen. Don't be mad at me. All right. I know how Bitcoin works. I understand the way Bitcoin is set up, how it builds value through the network. I understand all of that. But we have a problem here. And the problem is the sheep. The problem is the sheep. That's what the problem is. The problem is the sheep. All right. There's no way. Like you could say, hey, Bitcoin technology does this. Decentralized mining, algorithms, all this rest of that shit. That shit does not matter. It does not matter to the big dogs. All right. That shit don't matter to the big dogs. I'm sorry. It does not matter how we feel about it. All right. Don't matter whether we like it or not. All right.
Or if they put on other regulations.
Uh-oh. There goes that R word. He just said the R word.
Doubt if I'm going to use it. Or if they put on other regulations.
Given the risks that you just pointed out, say, a young person comes out to you and they say, okay, I'm just starting my portfolio. Like what percentage would you advise that they put into cryptocurrency, or should they put anything into cryptocurrency?
Well, my answer to that would be you have to make your own decision.
Good answer. And that's how everybody, even everybody here in the logic sphere, you have to make your own decision, okay? You got to make your own decision, but you got to have the full picture. Don't make a decision based off what BitBoy said, all right? Don't make a decision based off what a dating coach said about crypto, all right? Excuse me. Do not make a decision based on what some... Don't make a decision based off what a grifter said. All right. Don't make a decision like that. Have the full picture.
And invest in what you know about. I have zero, and I've never had zero, long nor short, any cryptocurrencies. I wish I'd bought Bitcoin at $1. I'd be rich now.
Yo, that's how yo, he felt like he missed out at $1. This is the kind of investments that these people make. When you want to talk about early, these are the guys who get in stupid early. The Peter Thiels, him, Soros, all of them. They get in stupid early, right? I can't make the money I wanted to make at $100. He didn't say I wish I bought Bitcoin at $1,000. I wish I bought Bitcoin at $5. He said, man, I wish I bought Bitcoin at $1. That's how they play, Boy, I tell you, let's go.
But I didn't. It's not my first mistake, Christine. I made many mistakes in my life.
So
yeah, not getting in at $1 was a mistake. Not like Elon Musk get in at what 30 something, 40 something, but his mistake was not getting in at $1.
Jim, looking at let's step back and look at the global macro picture, but particularly in the United States, we have the government, of course, looking to get involved in more spending. We have the Fed saying that.
See, this guy is finna go talk about these fundamentals, right? He finna go and talk about the things that are supposed to give Bitcoin the value based off the risk of the traditional system.
All right, they're going to be a little bit more hawkish now than they were a few weeks ago, so be it. But do you see us going into kind of like a Japan-style post-1990 malaise that could last for decades, or do you see us potentially just inflating our way out of this?
We already are inflating our way out of it, Lawrence. Open up the newspaper or the TV and you'll see America's never printed so much money in recorded history. America's never, ever been no country has ever been so deep in debt as the United States is right now. We're inflating as fast as we can, printing, but not just America. I mean, the head of the Bank of Japan goes to work every day, and his word is he's going to
fair use, fair use, fair use. Now, I want y'all to understand that Mr. Rogers has, again, like I explained earlier, has a total understanding of how all of this works. He knows how all of this works. All right. And he will still deal in dollars. He will still deal in dollars.
Print unlimited. That's the word he uses. Unlimited amounts of money. This is happening all over the world. Is it good for the world? Absolutely not. Your view, or someone there, view is at Coinbase. The view is it's good for cryptocurrencies. We will find out.
He said, we will find out. Now, this is the argument that I have with gold, right? They've inflated. They've spent all this money, printed all this money. Okay? From quantitative easing to stimulus packages and everything else. Why hasn't gold went to the moon? Why hasn't gold went to the moon? It's supposed to be a hedge against inflation. We are in inflation and gold hasn't went to the moon. It's for you gold bugs. I haven't got an answer on that yet. Everybody say, yo, get you some gold, get you some precious metals. It's a hedge against inflation. All right, well, we've been in inflation for a minute. Why isn't the price of gold through the roof right now? Think about this. If we've printed more money than we have ever printed, that should mean gold should be the highest it has ever been. But whatever, keep stacking your silver, keep stacking your gold, whatever. I'm not here to stop anybody. Me. But like I said, by the time if we get into a shit hit the fan scenario, all right, I would rather have bullets than gold. All right. I would rather have protection than gold. All right. That's me. I'd rather have protection than gold. That's just me. If you want to have gold, you want to barter with people out there, think about this. You out there with gold, but you don't have no way to protect yourself. That's a whole nother live stream. Anyways, let me get into something. Let me finish up with Mr. Rogers real quick. All right.
We will definitely find out. It's certainly not good for paper money, but in the end, it never has been. It's always led to other uses.
Mm. So this Mr. Rogers said, man, I done been here before. That's where I make my money at. That's what he's not saying though. He's not saying that though. I make my money when everything goes to shit. That's when I make my money.
Other things.
But can we just see just a long-term malaise?
In the 1920s, the United Kingdom was the largest number one country in the world, the richest, most powerful country in the world. There was no number two.
Fair use.
Lawrence, 50 years later, it was bankrupt. IMF had to fly into London airport and bail them out.
Damn. Guess what the IMF just did? They flew to El Salvador. Uh-oh.
They went from number one with no competitor to bankrupt in 50 years. That could very well happen to the United States.
And this is another one of those things where I lay out that theory where it's like America just says, you know what? All right, now we want to play fair. Let's set it up. Let's work together. All right. Because that's better than losing control. That's better than losing control. This is why you see international standards happening. This is why you see CBDCs coming over here, CBDCs over there, CBDCs over. They're going to link this together. The global markets are going to be more stable. There isn't going to be America 80 miles ahead of everybody in this race. That's just what I believe, okay? That's my belief. That's what I believe. From what I've seen and what I see unraveling, that is what I see. All right. And with the debt and the inflation and all that stuff, you have places that are going to be able to absorb all of that. While you got these African countries coming on board, Vietnam coming on board, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of these smaller countries coming on board that are going to be thriving economies after all of this. You know? Paul G said we will all be poor together. Yeah. So, man, Mr. Rogers know what time it is.
It's happened in many, many countries in history. You mentioned Japan. I mean, Japan has had 30 years of lost decades now. Things have been dismal there. At the moment, they're printing a lot of money. Markets are rallying. But I would suspect that 50 years from now, 20 years from now, we'll look back and say, boy, that was a great country. Unbelievably good sushi. It's too bad about Japan.
Damn. Mr. Rogers cold. Mr. Rogers cold, man. Mr. Rogers cold blooded, man. This is the Logic Sphere. I am your host, Ty City. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the share button, man. Mr. Rogers cold, man. Listen, Mr. Rogers cold. Yeah.
Jim, that's a dismal outlook. But I'm wondering, what do you see value in right now? Then, as an investor, what are you investing in?
Right now, I find agriculture and agriculture is something you can use. I mean, we can use wheat or cotton or whatever it happens to be. I'm not sure how we can use cryptocurrencies.
Another slug. Damn, Mr. Rogers, come on, man. Come on, man. Mr. Rogers, man. Yo, Mr. Rogers is a savage. Yeah, he is a savage, man. Yeah, Yo, Mr. Rogers going in, man. Darth Low, I appreciate the cash app, man. Thank you, bro. I'll keep doing crypto streams as long as y'all keep supporting. Because once y'all stop supporting, Nigga, I'm gonna turn this bitch into a dating show like Platinum. You know? I'm gonna turn this motherfucker to a whole dating show on y'all niggas. It's gonna be Fresh and Fit Part 2 around this motherfucker. Give me 1 second, let's go.
Agriculture has been a disaster for decades. I would much prefer myself to buy agriculture than to buy cryptocurrency.
Now, think about what he just said. I'm gonna play that back so you understand.
Decades. I would much prefer, and agriculture is something you can use. I mean, we can use wheat or cotton or whatever it happens to be. I'm not sure how we can use cryptocurrencies. Agriculture has been a disaster for decades. I would much prefer my
agriculture has been a disaster for decades. Now, peep the wordplay. Let's say, yeah, I appreciate the Cash App, Darth Low. That's where they make their money, in disasters. He's sitting here telling you, Mr. Rogers, he telling you. He said, look, this agriculture has been a disaster for decades. Does that sound like somebody who buys the top? Does that sound like somebody who buys the top of a market? No. I'd rather be in the fucking disaster. I'd rather be where shit is falling apart. That's where I'm gonna put my money. It's been a disaster for decades. This is the perfect time to put my this is what I'm telling y'all, man. Like you, the mentality is different. The people who make money have a whole different mentality. They don't get excited when the price is high. Teddy said food shortages. Not only that, but the price of food going up. Check this out. It's about to be some kind of oil situation I was reading about. The price of the price of oil dictates the price of a lot of these commodities.
Myself to buy agriculture than to buy cryptocurrencies. But Christine, don't listen to me. Let people invest in what they know about and what they want.
Don't take it from me. Shit, you don't have to do what I do.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see about that. People still want to attain the success that you've achieved over the years. So we'll have an ear for you and what you have to say.
I have made many mistakes in my life. You want to hear about my first wife? Oh my God, what a mistake that was.
That's for the next show.
Mistake.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers red pill on y'all boys, huh? Yeah, Mr. Rogers, y'all want to hear about the mistake?
Oh my God, what a mistake that was.
Still want to attain the success that you've achieved over the years. So we'll have an ear for you and what you have to say.
I have made many mistakes in my life.
I made many mistakes.
You want to hear about my...
But the one that I want to tell you about the most.
My first wife? Oh my God, what a mistake that was.
That's for the next show.
What a mistake that was.
Look at the women on her. Oh my God. You don't believe in love? You want to hear about a disaster? You want to hear about a financial mistake? But wealth is built from marriage. Marriage is how you build wealth. Well, marriage is the #1 wealth building tool. Damn. You gotta tell that to Mr. Rogers. You gotta tell that to Mr. Rogers, huh? Yeah, knowledge. I need a woman I can build with. I've made many mistakes. Let me tell you about the worst one. Damn. Two things I want to bring up that I thought about while all this was going on. I want to show y'all this. I want to show y'all this. Where am I? Am I tripping? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Why is it? I want to show y'all this, man. This right here was phenomenal. Phenomenal. I wanted to show y'all this. I wanted, because this broke today, and I just thought, like, damn, man, this right here is so good. I want to. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, dun, 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 dun. We'll pull this one from NASDAQ.com. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button. I want to show y'all this. I want to show y'all this. This came out today. This came out today. The UAE Central Bank aims to introduce digital currency. All right, this from NASDAQ. All right, watch this. In Dubai, the UAE Central Bank aims to introduce digital currency as part of its 2023 to 2026 strategy. State news agency WAM reports the strategy includes supporting digital transformation in the financial services sector by adopting the latest technologies in artificial intelligence and big data, developing a strong and secure financial cloud infrastructure, and supporting the green economy of the UAE. Now, here's the sweet part. Here's the sweet part. This is why you got to keep up with this. Rain God said FUD. He said FUD. Here's the sweet part. Remember this? Remember this? Remember this? Egypt's largest bank joins Ripple network for cross-border payments. Egypt is in the top 5 nations globally in terms of remittance flows from expat communities. Y'all remember this? See, this is why you can't forget. I remember this. When I seen that news, I said, oh, shit. So here you go. Egypt's largest bank will work with financial services firm Lulu International Exchange in the UAE to serve the large number of Egyptians working in the Middle Eastern nations. So here y'all go, man. Here y'all go. Now, I wanted to show y'all this too. Let me see. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. If you sell your XRP, you're an idiot. Yeah, hold on. Hold on, y'all finna. This is. It was a. This it. Here we go. Here we go. This is the one I meant to pull up. Here we go. Cause y'all y'all don't y'all playing, man. Yo, it's always good to like, especially now that all this news is coming out. If you have a good memory, you can put these dots together and they just make me laugh. All right. Here you go, right here. This straight from Ripple's Insight. The National Bank of Abu Dhabi, first Middle Eastern bank to use Ripple cross-border payments. This is from February 2017. 2017. Today, we're proud to announce that the National Bank of Abu Dhabi has become the first bank in the Middle East to use Ripple's solution to provide real-time cross-border payments. So, y'all better stop playing, man. Listen, man, y'all better stop playing. This from 2017. 2017. Y'all better stop playing, man. So I just want y'all to know that this, I keep telling y'all, this is not a mistake. It's not a conspiracy theory. This ain't no like some plan they just brought out of nowhere. All this stuff. It's coming out, man. Shit. I'm glad. It just confirms what a lot of people already thought. You know? Oh, we passed the 2-hour mark. Once again, this is the Logic Sphere. I am your host, Ty City. If you could, hit the subscribe button if you are new here. Hit the like y'all already should have, or hit the like on the way out. And share it with your people, man. Share it with your favorite Bitcoin maximalist. Say Abu Dhabi got stupid money. Yeah. So, anyways, I'll catch y'all boys later.